Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be hitting up back, so we'll start the way we do every week with some chest supported dumbbell rows before moving on to T-bar rows, then our pull down movements and finishing off with some seated rows. I'm also going to talk to you today. Have you ever seen those videos that do the rounds on YouTube from time to time about pick your 10 perfect exercises, your 10 best exercises? I'm going to be doing something like that, but with a bit of a twist. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my 5 best exercises for functional strength, then 10 best exercises for hypertrophy, and then 10 best exercises just for overall strength if you were to use 10 instead of 5. Let's get to it.
Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. It's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Okay, I kind of surprised myself there. I went for a top set. This is the first time I've done it. I went for a fourth set, a top set of chest supported dumbbell rows, and managed to get it with the next set of dumbbells up. Now, I only got 7 reps with it, but that's better than I've ever done with the chest supported dumbbell rows. So I'm really pleased with that, to be honest. Now, don't get me wrong, the reps, especially the last sort of 2 reps, the last rep or 2, weren't the best reps in the world, but it represents quite a significant increase from where I was at before. So yeah, all in all, pretty happy with that. We're going to head on over now to the T-bar rows and see what we can't do there. So hopefully I won't have sort of exhausted myself too much and I'll be able to do something with them too. Fingers crossed. Whew. Just realising that I forgot to take a mic off for that set, so I'm sorry about the heavy breathing in your ear. Oh crap, have you ever seen those videos of people talking about if you could only do 10 exercises, what would those 10 exercises be? And they always have trouble like finding the perfect 10. I think part of the reason for that is because whenever you artificially narrow down the exercise selection or restrict the exercise selection to like an arbitrary number, it can be difficult to try and figure out what is it that you're training for with 10 exercises. And you know, a lot of people, they'll get the first couple okay, the first handful okay, but then the struggle with the sort of back half of that 10. So I'm gonna go through an exercise. If I restrict it to 5 exercises, if I sort of artificially restrict myself to 5 exercises, it actually becomes quite easy. Squats, deadlifts, some kind of pressing movement, dips, and what else will we have in there? Pull-ups, right? Why do I pick those 5 if I can only have 5? They're all functional movements, so they are. They're all, they're all about making you stronger in some sort of functional way. Problem happens with the other 5, because what other 5 do you need to add in for functional movements? And to be honest, there's not a whole lot. Once you get into the back half of that 5, now you're talking about, right, well, what about hypertrophy? But that's a different goal. So it is, if you're going for hypertrophy, you wouldn't necessarily pick the same 5 to begin with, which would leave you more in the sort of second half to choose from, where you could, like, you notice in the first 5 that I've picked, there's no mention of lateral raises or reverse flies or anything like that. That's because lateral raises and reverse flies work a part of your body that get worked out in other movements, or they're not really that important for everyday functional strength. Anyway, let's hit up another set of T-bar rows here. Stick a bit more weight on. Fucking hell, they were hard. Oh crap. I'm gonna have to look back and see just how good those last reps were. They felt a bit sloppy, but yeah, we'll review and see. So yeah, I was talking about exercises for hypertrophy and how those are different from functional exercises, and how that by artificially reducing your exercise selection to an arbitrary number, it can become difficult to nail down different exercises for to fit into your list. So I've got 5 for functional. If I was doing it for getting a list for hypertrophy, I think what I would do, and this might surprise some people, I don't know, let me know in the comments down below what it does. I think what I would do is something like, for legs I would do Nordic curl, reverse Nordic curl, and maybe a leg press. For chest, incline presses, cable crossovers if I had them, or flies if I didn't. For back, it will probably be, what is that we're up to? 5. For back, it will be something like pull-ups, seated rows, probably with a weight grip. That's 7. 8 would be chest supported dumbbell rows, and then lateral raises for shoulders, and we could probably throw in dips. So dips in for chest / triceps. Depending, this is actually on an aside. A lot of times you hear people talking about dips and about how if you do them, if you lean forward, it's for your chest, and if you lean back, it's for your triceps. It's actually got nothing to do. I say that's not right. It's not got nothing to do with the way you're leaning. What is the important part isn't so much the lean, it's where your hand is. If your hand is at the side of you or behind you, you're going to hit your triceps. If your hand's in front of you, you'll have to lean forward to keep your balance, to keep the centre of gravity right. And that you're going to hit your chest and your shoulders doing that. But it's to do with where your hands are placed, not necessarily. But you can have, I've seen people before, I've actually watched a video this morning of a guy doing dips supposedly for chest, but his hands are back here, and even though he's leaning forward when he's doing them, it's still his triceps that are activating. So yeah, that's just an aside. Anyway, that's T-bar rows done. We're going to get set up here now for wide grip pull downs, and we'll get a set of that done. Let's do that now. So, why didn't I choose the likes of the squat and the deadlift for hypertrophy whenever I was making my lift for hypertrophy? Well, the reasons simply because it's not that those exercises aren't good for hypertrophy. They are. They're very good. They're very systemically fatiguing. So your stimulus to fatigue ratio isn't as good. And also, they take up, while they're very good for strength, they're not as good for hypertrophy, which means that they take up space on the list that would be better suited for something else if you're looking for hypertrophy. Now, if you're looking for strength, that's a completely different conversation. If you're looking for strength, things like the squat, the deadlift, the bench press, I mean, there's a reason why those 3 lifts are your 3 powerlifting lifts. Things like overhead pressing as well, very, very important for strength. I would argue even a front squat is important for strength as well, just because you're using your body in a way that can carry across. Like if you were doing a clean and jerk or something, a movement like that, a front squat's actually very beneficial because that's essentially a part of the clean process, not clean and jerk, a clean and press, where you clean it off the floor, and then you just that second part of the movement. Once you've done the clean, the second part of the movement is a front squat to stand up with it before you do the overhead pressing part of the motion. That's the thing is, whenever you're asking about 10 exercises or a reduced number of exercises, if you can only pick X number of exercises, you've really got the first question you need to be asking yourself is, well, what for? Is it for hypertrophy? Is it for strength? Is it just in general? And that's kind of the way I've broken it down there. If it's just in general, like if you can only do X number of exercises, then those 5 that I picked for functional strength is much more important than like lateral raises. What do lateral raises do? Lateral raises build your lateral delts up. Do you know what I mean? The lateral head of the deltoid up. Who needs the lateral head of the deltoid muscle in day to day? Do you know what I mean? In your day to day life, it's not like you're lifting big heavy weights up like this. You know what I mean? So yeah, you got to ask yourself, what's it for now? In fairness, if you've got 10 exercises to use, only 10 exercises to use, and it's not necessarily for hypertrophy or strength, then pick the five functional exercises for functional strength, and then if you want to add lateral raises in as one of the other five, you can. It's neither here nor there, but you can't exactly justify lateral raises for general overall health or strength, but you can justify them for hypertrophy, because if you want, and when talking about hypertrophy, I'm talking about like a balanced physique where you want, your muscles all to flow and be proportional to one another. Then certainly lateral raises are important, but not whenever you're talking about just general health, general strength. Anyway, let's set up another set here. Alright, so what 10 exercises then would I pick for strength? So I've done functional, 5 for functional, 10 for hypertrophy. What 10 exercises would I pick for strength? Well, it's got to be squat, deadlift, flat press, pull-ups, overhead press. Now it's going to become more difficult. Overhead press. Probably something like a bent over row. Bent over row dips. Front squat. So is that we've got 2 left. What 2 can we put in? Two more that we can put in for strength. We've got 2 for go maybe incline press. Another one for chest, and we'll maybe put in, what have we got? 2 for legs, 2 for back, 1 for shoulders. I think, do you know what it'll be? It would be the stiff-legged deadlift. So it would, stiff-legged deadlift would round it out. And the reason why I put, if you look at most of those lifts are some sort of compound movement. That's because I'm a firm believer that compound lifting is much, much better for overall strength than isolation movements. And the reason why I say that is because whenever you think about what strength is, strength, it has to be functional in some way. And whenever you're doing anything that's functional, even slightly, you have to be able to train all the little stabilizing muscles in order to be able to do any of those lifts, which carries over into all-round strength. But that would be strictly for strength. So it would, if I was to pick 10 for strength. Now, there's an argument to be made that, well, isn't that the same as the functional, but you've just got to add an extra 5 in? Yes, it is, 100%. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to restrict it arbitrarily, restrict it to 5, because those 5 will hit. That's a full system. That's probably 5 exercises that will train your entire system, more or less, and you don't need to add in any sort of extraneous exercises, any extra ones. That's the least amount you can do, the least amount of exercises, well, that I can think of, that you can do that would train functionally train your functional strength in totality. But if you were to train specifically for strength, then yes, you could round it out with 10. So you could, and for hypertrophy, you can throw 10 in. But again, the point is that it's whether you're training for strength or hypertrophy or functional strength or whatever it happens to be, that should be the first consideration whenever you're thinking about your exercise selection, as it were. You know, if you're being arbitrarily sort of restricted in the number of exercises you can do, think about what it is that, and if you think about what it is that you're training for, and then select your exercises to train for that thing. It's just a lot of the times, you know, a lot of the videos that I've watched on YouTubes and stuff, the people giving their answers, it's kind of sometimes it comes across as, it obviously doesn't, but or it's not, but it comes across sometimes as a bit of a mishmash of, you know, here's the ones that they think you're supposed to do, and then, well, how do we hit the rest of the body? Rather than thinking, well, what do we train them for? Let's pick the best exercises for those, which is why a lot of the times you get people saying, when they're talking about hypertrophy training, they'll say, oh, you got to have squats in there. You don't got to have squats in there. Squats aren't the best exercise for hypertrophy. They're not the worst, but they're not the best either. So they're not. And by limiting yourself to thinking, oh, I have to have exercise X in the list of best exercises of all time, then you're limiting yourself artificially to what would be a better exercise or better exercises in that list. Right. Let's hit up a set of narrow grip pull downs here now, and we'll see what we can't do. Wee. that felt really difficult there. I'm going to have to look back last week. I know we used that weight last week. I'm not sure if we used it just on the top set or not, though. I'll have to look back and see. So, well, yeah, so far today, things are going pretty good. Yeah, I think, to be honest, this week's feeling more and more, apart from Monday. Monday was a really good day. But yeah, yesterday and today's feeling more like just sort of like maintenance levels nearly. Although it did go up on the chest supported dumbbell row, I suppose. I'll have to look back and see, has this gone up on this set or not. That definitely felt more difficult than what I remember it being last week. But again, the single arm pull down isn't one that I'm progressing the same way that I'm trying to progress the other lifts. I'm doing this exercise primarily just to feel that lat contract, to make sure that I'm actually able to contract a lot. So I purposely go a bit later on this exercise and try to just keep the form as strict as I can. You know, a good stretch at the top, and then a nice slow eccentric part of every rep. So the weight's not something that I'm actively trying to progress in this. Don't get me wrong, it's like any exercise. It's like the warm ups on leg day, warm up leg curls and leg extensions. It's not that I'm not going to progress them. If I feel that I can put a bit more weight on, I'll put a bit more weight on. But the purpose of these exercises is really just to feel the muscle contract. And with the leg exercises in particular is a bit of a warm up and pre-exhaust before I go on to squats and leg press. But this exercise is almost exclusively just about feeling the lat contract. I've always, historically, I've always found it difficult to feel when my lats are contracting. So I've never been, like whenever I'm doing pull downs and stuff, in the past, since I've started doing this, I can feel my lats contracting orders of magnitude more than I ever could in the past. But in the past, I could never feel my lat contracting, so I was never sure if I was doing the movement right, because, you know, am I using my biceps more? Am I using my upper traps more? You know, am I sparing my lats from actually doing the work of the exercise? But since I've added these in, I've noticed a step change. Like I can really feel my lats whenever I'm doing all my other lat exercises. I can really feel my lats contracting a whole lot better, which is the purpose of this. That's what this is for, is to give me that bit of confidence that I know that it's my lat that's actually squeezing, or it's the lat that my brain's initiating on those other movements. But I can, you know, I'm kind of training my brain to make the lat contract on this, and then you're getting carry over into those other movements. Anyway, right.
Like
yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Big moves, I'm that dude. Bet I see you from the top, yeah, real soon. Looking down on the haters that I've been through. Told them I'll see you later, yeah, big truth. I keep a real good pace. Built a big house, damn, look at that place. Up in my mind, cause that's my space. House so big, full of positive things. And I can't be shook, cause I ain't no rook, man, I wrote the book. Now I teach how to cook them beats like, look, making things look good. I just want trophies, plaques with a whole goal if you know me. Gotta go record on the wall, look closely. Got that record all alone, like lonely, I'm just sick of waiting cause I feel it's frustrating when I always put the hours in. But ain't nobody wanna recognize independence, it threatens their continent. So I chase that bag, trophies are dope but I'd rather have cash. Sitting in the bank cause I paid my tax. Living my life, my way, my path, I go. Move fast, anyone who ain't hitting full gas. Who that, choose that, hard work, that wins, true facts. I'ma go big, grind hard, throw a few jabs. Big hook next to the dome, knock her straight back down to the floor. Anyone in my way smacked, I don't take bad thoughts, no, I remove that. My team got good minds, I can prove that.
I got these dreams that I've been chasing. I got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. Chasing. I've got these dreams that I've been chasing. I've got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. You'll see me at the top one day.
Yo, winning ain't toxic. Shut your mouth and pick a different topic. Taking off like a rocket, got that energy, you can call me socket. Doing that boss-ish, all I do is focus on increasing that profit. Yeah, I'm on like a faucet, ready to make another deposit. Never been complacent since I was 8, I steady stay chasing. Always winning adjacent, side by side, grind hard in the basement. Ain't no replacement, only one me, yes, to the free agent. Cause I go with this payments, otherwise I don't really have any patience. Making that honey, I wanna be something that's more than just money. I wanna teach others and see them becoming a version they never thought. Now they be hunting their goals and their dreams, yeah, all in their reach. They listen to me, the things that I preach, and change their whole lives to something belief. And now their own mind is all that they need. I'm loving the journey, got rid of the doubt and the worry. I'm moving no mercy, whatever I get I'm deserving. I put in the work in, I feel like I'm never done working. I always stay thirsty, cause it keeps me alive when I'm learning.
I got these dreams that I've been chasing. I got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. Chasing. I've got these dreams that I've been chasing. I've got some things I've been upgrading. No one can stop me from this craving. You'll see me at the top one day.
Alright, I'm gonna go. I think last week I went up to, it was about 77.5 kilos, 75 kilos maybe. I'm gonna stick 80 kilos on here and see what it moves like. I know last week on the narrow grip row, my top set was 90 kilos. But the wide grip, you're always weaker. Well, I am anyway, weaker on the wide grip row. So we'll see what this one moves like. It might be too heavy, I don't know. I know that it's more than what I had on last week, I just don't know how much. I would need to go back and look to see how much more. I want to say it's either 5 kilos more or 2.5 kilos more. So either way, I should be able, because I think I got 15 reps with whatever weight I had last week on the top set of this. So either way, I should be able to get 10 reps with it. Having said that, let's wait and see, shall we? Right. right, I just had a look back at that. When I was doing the reps, they felt absolutely, the last sort of four reps or so felt really, really bad. But whenever I look back at it, they're not anywhere near as bad as they felt. So they're not, so quite pleased with that. So I am quite pleased with that. I think it was 2.5 kilos heavier this week than what I was at last week. So I'm going to start off here with 80 kilos on the narrow grip seated row. That was where I was at. That was my second set of narrow grip seated row last week, was with 80 kilos, and then I jumped up to 90. So what I think I'll do this week is I'll go 80 and then maybe go 82.5 or 80. I might not go as heavy as 90 this week. See how I feel. We'll get the 80s done, and then, pardon me, essentially no matter, even if I don't go to 90 this week, it's if I start with 80 kilos and then either go up from there, even if it was to stay at that weight, it would represent an increase in intensity just by virtue of the fact that I'm doing more reps with a heavier weight, albeit not as heavy as the top set last week. But I'm doing more reps with a heavier weight than what I was doing for 2 sets last week. So I don't necessarily need to go up to 90, but we'll see how I feel, and we'll see how it goes up. Let's give that a go. Okay, I went for the 90 kilos again on that top set, and I think it was probably a mistake. I'll need to look back, just review the footage. But those last 2 reps felt awful, so they did, like really awful. Although I suppose I got the length and partial part of the reps, but Jesus, they felt sloppy as sin. But like I said, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, even if that entire last set wasn't the best. It doesn't really matter because it still represents, the 2 sets before that still represent quite a good increase in intensity over where we were at last week, given the fact that last week's second set was only it was the same weight as this week's first set. And then obviously the first set last week was a few kilos lighter again. I actually think the first set last week was 75 kilos. I'll have to just double check that. So all in all, a pretty good increase in intensity in this one this week. So yeah, after saying at the beginning of the workout, or in the middle of the workout there, I felt it was being it was sort of feeling more like a maintenance session today. And yesterday for that matter, it has turned out to be quite a good session. So it has, all in all. Anyway, I'm going to get broke down here and set up for tomorrow, and then we'll do the wrap up. Alright, that's our up for back day. I'm pretty pleased with how that went. I went up to the next set of dumbbells, up to 37.5s. Only managed 7 reps with the 37.5s, but they felt like good reps on review. They were pretty good reps on review. The last maybe 1 or 2 were left a bit to be desired, but important point is it represents a step up in intensity. The rest of the workout was pretty much maintenance. I think I might have went up on the single arm pull downs, although like I said at the time, I'm not really progressing those the same way that I am some of my other lifts. And a good step up in intensity on the seated rows. Went up in weight on the wide grip seated row, and then went up and, well, started off at a heavier weight on my first set, finished off in the same weight on my top set, and then my middle set was an increase in weight. So all in all, it represented an increase in intensity, which is good. So yeah, all in all, pretty good workout. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. If you've enjoyed the video, feed the anabolic algorithm with comments, likes, shares and subscribes, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.